I'd like to call the Town Board meeting of April 23rd to order. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those who served our country in the past and for those who continue to protect our country today. Thank you. Please note the emergency exits are the door you came in, the door at the end of the hall, and the door behind us. Okay. At this time, I'd like to invite Councilman Capillari to provide us an update on the MS4.
Thank you, Supervisor. Good evening. This is an executive summary for the MS4 committee reporting to the town board. As a town of Beekman representative of the municipal separate storm sewer systems, the MS4 committee in Dutchess County, I present this executive summary to the town board to outline essential aspects of MS4 regulatory compliance, procedures, anticipated costs, and specific considerations for the town of Beekman in Dutchess County, New York. The goal is to inform and guide the town board on necessary actions, compliance strategies, and financial planning to meet state and federal stormwater management requirements effectively. The MS4 in Dutchess County, New York is an intermunicipal group that discusses stormwater issues, permitting, and regulations. Out there. We meet once a month at the Cornell Cooperative in Millbrook, New York, and we're a resource to meet the minimum control measures, the acronym MCM's 1 and 2 requirements. In 2024, I, Merson Capillari, attend meetings, became a voting member on behalf of the town of Beekman, and year to date have attended 4 meetings at the cooperative. The MS4 pertains to a system of conveyances, roads with drainage systems, municipal streets, catch basins, curbs, gutters, ditches, man-made channels, or storm drains that are owned by a state, city, town, village, or other public entity which discharges to waters of our local municipalities and New York State. Our responsibility is to manage and reduce the contamination of stormwater runoff, hence protecting the water quality. In 1948, the Clean Water Act established the framework for regulating both discharge of pollutants and the quality of standards for surface waters in the United States. SPDES, which stands for State Pollutant Discharge Elimination Systems, was issued by the Environmental Protection Agency in 1990 and adopted by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation in 1993. Phase 1 covered large municipalities over 250,000 people and medium municipalities which are between 100,000 and 250,000 in population. Phase 2 covered municipalities that are deemed as small, less than 100,000. And according to federal law, commonly known as, again, Stormwater Phase 2, the SPDES, State Pollutant Discharge Elimination Systems, the general permit for MS4, and the new permit is now effective January 3rd, 2024. The permit number is GP-0-24-001, and permits are required for stormwater discharges from MS4s in urbanized areas. The town of Beekman is considered a small urban MS4 based on the population of less than 100,000 people. The town of Beekman is also required to submit an annual report of MS4 activity to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, for which we are accountable for 6 minimum control measures, MCMs, in the annual report. The types of MS4s that are out there are traditional: city, town, village, city, towns, and villages with land use control authority. The traditional non-use is any county agency without land use control. And non-traditional, prisons, office complexes, hospitals, university campuses, public housing authorities, and schools. The MS4 compliance and procedures. The primary aim of MS4 compliance is to reduce the pollutants in stormwater runoff to protect water quality. The MS4 entities in New York State are regulated under the State Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, SPDES. the general permit for stormwater discharges. Compliance with this permit involves the development and implementation of a stormwater management program under the acronym of SWIMP that includes and is achieved through the implementation of best management practices and fulfillment of 6 minimum control measures. 1, public outreach and education. Developing and distributing educational materials to the community members about the impacts of polluted stormwater runoff imparts on water bodies. 2, public involvement and participation, encouraging local community involvement through public hearings and stewardship activities. 3, illicit discharge detection and elimination, systemically finding and eliminating sources of non-stormwater discharges into the stormwater sewer systems. 4, construction site stormwater runoff control, ensuring construction projects implement erosion and sediment control measures. 5, post-construction stormwater management, implementing strategies in new development and redevelopments to prevent long-term water pollution. And 6, pollution prevention, good housekeeping, promoting proper maintenance practices in municipal facilities to reduce pollutants in stormwater. Compliance with these measures requires a detailed approach to planning, implementation, and record keeping in each municipality covered under the MS4 permit, including those within Dutchess County, must submit an annual report documenting these compliance efforts. Notices of intent, known as NOIs, are formal documents submitted by the operators of regulated stormwater discharges, indicating their intention to comply with the terms of general state or federal MS4 permits. The process of preparing and submitting an NOI requires a detailed understanding of the facility's stormwater discharge and how they will be managed to meet permit requirements. Educating the general public about the importance of stormwater management and individual contributions to pollution prevention is crucial. Effective education campaigns can lead to behavioral changes that significantly reduce pollutants at their source, thereby complementing efforts outlined in NOI, Notice of Intent, and enhancing overall compliance with MS4 requirements. Entities must submit a Notice of Intent to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation to be covered under the SPDES general permit. The NOI outlines the commitment to comply with the terms of the permit, including the development, implementation, and enforcement of the SWIMP. The goals for the upcoming report are continue to inspect and maintain stormwater infrastructure, create accountability from HOAs, homeowners associations, and private owners for the maintenance and upkeep of stormwater management facilities, enhance the base map displaying stormwater infrastructure throughout the town as currently constructed, making it easy to update as site plans are approved, increase the level of public education and outreach, and continue training for liaisons and officers of the MS4 and Highway Department employees. Specifically in Dutchess County and the town of Beekman, there's a need to focus on infrastructure updates to handle increasing stormwater runoff volumes, enhanced public education campaigns to tackle pollutants from residential areas, and targeted efforts to mitigate impacts from new development and agricultural activities. Dutchess County, New York faces unique challenges regarding stormwater management, primarily due to its varied topography, land use patterns, and levels of urbanization. Addressing stormwater issues here requires a very tailored approach, emphasizing enhanced public education and engagement to promote sustainable land use practices, increased monitoring and management of new developments to mitigate additional stormwater runoff, and strong partnerships among local governments, the community, and developers to implement region-specific stormwater management solutions. The costs associated with implementing and maintaining MS4 compliance vary widely depending on the specific requirements of the permit, the size of the regulated area, and the current status of stormwater infrastructure. Initial costs may include stormwater mapping, installing new infrastructure, public education campaign launches, and the establishment of monitoring and enforcement protocols. Ongoing costs are related to maintenance, monitoring, public education continuation, and administrative expenses. Initial estimates for municipalities in Dutchess County range from preliminary engineering assessments of $10,000 to $50,000, implementations of BMPs, known as best management practices, at anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million, to ongoing maintenance and monitoring costs of $25,000 to $75,000 annually. These figures are indicative and can fluctuate based on an actual project scope and needs. The filing deadlines for managing stormwater discharges associated with the MS4, the municipal separate stormwater sewer systems in Dutchess County, New York, and across New York State. The filing deadlines for permits and notice of intents are critical components of regulatory compliance. However, specific deadline information can vary from year to year and can also be subject to change by regulatory authorities. Here's a general overview of how these deadlines tend to be structured. The MS4 entities in New York are typically required to prepare and submit annual reports documenting their compliance within the terms of the SPDES general permit for stormwater discharges. These annual reports are usually due by June 1st of each year, covering activities from the previous reporting year, March 10th through March 9th. The notice of intent to discharge entities that seek coverage under the SPDES general permit for MS4s must submit a notice of intent to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. The deadline for submitting an NOI can vary depending on the specific requirements issued by the New York State DEC at the time of the permit issuance or renewal. Typically, a new or renewed permit might set specific deadlines for existing or new MS4 permits to submit their NOI. The SPDES general permit for stormwater discharges from MS4 is subject to renewal usually every 5 years. The submission deadline for renewal applications will be specified by the New York State DEC ahead of the current permit's expiration date. It's important for MS4s to stay informed of upcoming renewal dates and associated deadlines. So in conclusion, effective MS4 management is crucial for protecting water quality and adhering to regulatory mandates. The comprehensive approach outlined, combined with a clear understanding of the town of Beekman and Dutchess County's needs and careful financial planning, will enable our town to meet its MS4 compliance obligations effectively. Continued collaboration, innovation, and community engagement are essential in navigating the challenges ahead. And in conclusion, as we advance our MS4 compliance efforts within the town of Beekman, Dutchess County, and across New York State, a concerted focus on public education, infrastructure investment, and strategic planning for growth and development will be key to our success. And ensuring comprehensive public understanding and participation will amplify our efforts, ensuring a cleaner, healthier environment for future generations. Staying updated, if anybody has any questions or additional follow-up, the New York State DEC website is the most reliable source of information for deadlines and requirements. It provides updated guidance, forms, and deadlines for MS4 permits and NOIs. Also, our town engineer here, Mr. Dan Kohler, is a resource, as well as myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Merson, for a really thorough review. I want to thank him because the new permit that just came out in January is quite extensive and difficult to maneuver through. So he's really providing a valuable representation for the town to keep us updated and ahead of all these new regulations to do that. So we'll put this on the website. So thank you, I appreciate it. And I'm going to run through some of the agenda items quickly. The first one is a resolution to allow motions to be recorded by a council member. We don't have the town clerk or the deputy here tonight. Sharon is going to take our motions and resolutions tonight. That's the resolution permitting that. The number 2 is the minutes. Number 3 is the town board periodically reviews and makes some additions and withdrawals to the government funds restricted equity balance. And these are the balances as of December 31st, 2023, but some of the items hadn't been charged yet in it, so a more updated one will come shortly. Our independent auditors have just been here. Resolution number 4 is best practices recommends that completed capital projects be officially closed, and that's what we're doing tonight for the Gardner Hollow Bridge. We talked about the DEC requiring the permanent weir, And tonight, we're creating the Rec Center Swim Pond Improvement Capital Project with a $250,000 transfer from the capital designated balance in the general funds to fund that. Resolution number 6 is approval of a new dump truck for the Highway Department through Sourcewell. It is a new dump truck from Henderson Equipment for a total of $344,422. Resolution number 7 is we're revising a prior resolution for the rental of equipment for MS4 source work. We have created a new line for MS4 because I think there's going to be more costs related around MS4. So we've come up with another account to put things that will be coming up in the future for there. Number 8 is we're approving a 2024 Spring Town Cleanup Day. It's part of our Keep Beekman Beautiful and Tidy campaign. The date will be sometime one Saturday in June, and as soon as we know that date, we will let everybody know. We're revising resolution number 9 for the cost to the transfer case that we had previously approved. An additional cost of $1,961.02 for a grand total of $9,978 for that, and then our payment of claims. So there is no one signed up for, let me just see, make sure the agenda item is correct. Yeah, okay. So Merson, if you'd like to start.
Great. Resolution number 1. Whereas the town clerk and deputy town clerk are unavailable to attend the April 23rd, 2024 town board meeting, as the town clerk is away at an Association of Towns training seminar in Albany, be it resolved that the town board moves to have Councilwoman Warman record all motions and resolutions passed at tonight's meeting, and that her appointment is intended to be temporary for tonight only due to the unavailability of the town clerk and the deputy town clerk. And be it further resolved that the town clerk shall maintain responsibility to certify all minutes and legislative actions approved at tonight's meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, town board discussion. Just so everyone knows, Sharon will not be voting tonight. She's going to be recording the votes and the motions, but she won't be making any votes. So roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari?
Aye.
Councilman Battolini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas Town Clerk Laureen Everton Swarno has provided copies of the minutes of the April 9, 2024 regular Town Board meeting to all members of the Beekman Town Board, and whereas Town Board members have had the opportunity to review said minutes, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby accepts the minutes of the April 9, 2024 regular Town Board meeting.
I'll second.
Town board discussion. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari?
Aye.
Councilman Battolini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Town of Beekman Town Board periodically reviews and makes additions and withdrawals to the government funds restricted equity balances, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman hereby approves the following changes to the government funds restricted fund equity balances as of December 31st, 2023 as follows.
I'll second.
Town board discussion. Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Capillari?
Aye.
Councilman Battolini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town of Beekman authorizes and establishes capital projects to make improvements to equipment and facilities, and whereas the GASB and the GAAP best practices recommends that completed capital projects be officially closed by the governing body, and whereas the following summarized capital project is determined to be complete and now should be officially closed, approving and disposition of expended project funds. The capital project for the Gardner Hollow Bridge, the project budget was $972,493. The final expenses were $899,493. The unexpended balance is $73,000, and that's going to be returned to the general fund ARPA account. Now therefore be resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Beekman officially approves and closes of the above capital project with the unexpended funds returning to the general fund account.
I'll second.
Okay, town board discussion.
Was that Merson?
Merson. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari,
Aye.
Councilman Battleini,
Aye.
Councilman Limak,
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes. I'm not gonna
She's not going to read.
I'm not gonna participate.
Mercy.
Yep, Resolution 5, whereas the town of Beekman has been mandated by the New York State DEC to install a permanent weir at the town rec center's swim pond, and whereas the New York State DEC has granted to the town the regulatory permit necessary for the project, and whereas the town board approved the bid process and publication for the project on April 9th, 2024, and whereas the town now deems it appropriate to create the capital project and authorize the estimated uses and sources, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman officially authorizes the creation of the rec center swim pond improvements capital project with $250,000 transfer from the capital designated balance in the general fund.
I will second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari,
Aye.
Councilman Battleini,
Aye.
Councilman Limak,
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Resolution number 6, to approve purchase of a new dump truck for the Highway Department. Whereas the Highway Department is in need of a new dump truck and has received a quote through Sourcewell, number 080818-HPI from Henderson Equipment BB for the following vehicle and equipment. 1, 2025 Western Star 47X chassis, complete with 12-foot reversible snowplow, MUN I-body, 2, multitask body, and 11-foot leveling wing for $340,859, and freight would be $3,563 for a total of $344,422. And whereas it is recommended that the source of funds for the vehicle will be appropriated from the highway fund balances, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby approves the acquisition of the new dump truck in an amount not to exceed $344,422, and with the funding agreed upon above.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari,
Aye.
Councilman Paddlini,
Aye.
Councilman Limak,
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town of Beekman Highway Superintendent has submitted a request to rent an excavator for 1 month for the purpose of doing MS4 work, and whereas the town of Beekman Highway Superintendent has solicited quotes in conformity with the town's procurement policy for this rental from 3 vendors, and has determined the quote from Westchester Tractor is in the best interest of the town, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman does hereby accept a quote of Westchester Tractor for the rental of 1 Kubota KX057 with hydraulic thumb in an amount not to exceed $3,150, and be it further resolved that the rental equipment expense will be charged to account A 81400400 in the general fund.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari,
Aye.
Councilman Battleini,
Aye.
Councilman Limak,
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town would like to offer a spring cleanup day for residents of Beekman in June of 2024, and whereas the town does not have its own transfer station, and whereas the town board would like to advertise requests for the proposal for spring cleanups for residents, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the town clerk to advertise a request for proposal for spring cleanup, and be it further,
Oh, sorry about that.
yeah. Be it further resolved that the request for proposals will be advertised in the Poughkeepsie Journal, on the town clerk's bulletin board, and posted on the homepage of the town of Beekman website, and be it further resolved that the date be set in the month of June 2024.
Okay. Second,
I'll second that.
town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari,
Aye.
Councilman Battleini,
Aye.
Councilman Limak,
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 9, whereas by resolution number 2/2724-8, the town board of the town of Beekman approved the quote by Transaxle for the overhaul of the transfer case for highway truck B3 in the amount of $8,016.98. And whereas the town of Beekman highway superintendent was notified that after all of the parts needed to repair the transfer case were finally sourced, there will be an additional cost of $1,961.02 for a total of $9,978. And whereas approval is needed for the additional costs, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman does hereby approve the quote by Transaxle for the additional cost of $1,961.02 for a total of $9,978. And be it further resolved that the funds will come out of the Highway Vehicle Repairs budget line.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Capelari.
Aye.
Councilman Ballolini.
Aye.
Councilman Limak.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 10, payment of claims. Whereas the bookkeeper has audited and approved claims pursuant to Section 119 of Town Law as set forth in the attached abstracts, be it resolved that the payment, therefore, is hereby authorized as follows. Claims to be paid from the A General Fund, $62,625.04. Claims to be paid from the DA Highway Fund, $8,640.19. Claims to be paid from the SS Dover Ridge Sewer, $308. Claims to be paid from the SW Dover Ridge Water, $423.28. Claims to be paid from the T Trust Fund, $6,667.80. Excuse me. Claims to be paid from the H Capital Fund, $476, for a total of $79,140.31. Payroll number 8 of April 11, 2024, out of the general fund, $34,368.13. Out of the highway fund, $30,883.03, for a total of $65,251.16.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? None, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capelari.
Aye.
Councilman Ballolini.
Aye.
Councilman Limak.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Any general board comments? Anybody have anything?
Yeah, I
Conceal?
just have a notice from NYSEG. NYSEG will provide bill credit for all customers, a one-time credit applied automatically. The bill credit will be applied automatically to an upcoming bill and will appear under the miscellaneous charges section on their bill as NYS Energy Bill Credit. NYSEG electric customers will receive $9.52, while gas customers will receive $15.66.
Thank you. Merson, do you?
Yes. Quick notice here. Let's work together to keep Beekman beautiful and tidy. By working together as a community, we can make a positive and visual impact on our town. If we all clean up just the area in front of our homes by the road, it would make a big difference in the tidy appearance of our town. Our goal is to accomplish this town-wide cleanup effort between April 20th and May 3rd. This is a great opportunity to meet your neighbors by having a neighborhood cleanup, and send pictures to recdirector@townofbeekmanny.us, and we'll put that on our Facebook page. The town board reached out to New York State Senator Rob Rollison, State Assemblyman A.J. Beekman, and Legislator Faye Garrido for assistance on cleaning up state and county roads in Beekman. They have contacted DOT and the county to procure a cleanup crew to work on State Route 55, Sylvan Lake Road, and Beekman Road. The town will supply orange trash bags, and we have grabbers and vests to borrow as well. Distribution will start on Monday, 4/22, Thursday, May 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the rec office, first come, first served. The orange bags can be returned to the rec center for disposal starting April 23rd from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. As a reminder, please use caution along the roadway, as unfortunately there are some reckless drivers on the roads these days. And on Saturday, May 4th, we ask that you volunteer at our Love My Park event at Rec Park or Town Center Park. This event will be from 11 to 2. We will be picking up garbage around the parks, planting, spreading mulch, and painting. The Beekman Highway Department will be offering a spring cleanup day in June. Additional information, you just heard. A community-wide effort will enhance the beauty of our town for all to enjoy, and together we can keep Beekman beautiful and tidy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Supervisor, I just have one more thing from
Sure.
from the fire department has been asked at these meetings. So responses for the total responses for fire and EMS for the month of March is 102, and year-to-date, as of March 31st, is 282 calls
Thank you.
between fire and EMS.
Great. Back to Beekman, Beautiful and Tidy. I just want to thank our rec director, Danny Placini. She took the lead in this project. She came to me to discuss it, and we immediately looked at how we'd like to accomplish the goal of keeping Beekman beautiful and tidy, and she came up with some really good ideas, and the highway department is going to help by doing an additional, we normally have one cleanup day, but they're going to do a second cleanup day, and I encourage everyone to come Saturday, May 4th to the I Love My Park Day and help with that. So that's a really good event for the town. Additionally, I want to thank Sheriff Imparati for posting the speed sign in Recreation Road. We had some residents come to a town board meeting and ask for some speed enforcement for Dalton Farm in that particular area. And Sheriff Imparati immediately said, agreed to putting the sign out and to more patrols for speeding on all town roads as well as Dalton Farm. And they're also going to do additional patrols in our parks now that they're getting much busier. So that's going to be a good thing. Additionally, Sheriff Imparati attended our opening day for our baseball program, which was a great day. The executive board of BAC really put together a really nice event for the kids. The fire department came with a big flag. They had a lot of activities, food, barbecues, and it was a little cold, a little windy, but it really kind of warmed your heart to see all the kids enjoying and seeing them all out in the field, getting ready for an exciting season. So that really I appreciate all that the members do for the children. And Sheriff Imparati at opening day announced that he's going to provide all the children for the baseball with a ticket for an ice cream at Good Bites. So that was very thoughtful of him. That worked out very well. And then I just want to wish all our Jewish families celebrating a happy Passover, and that it's filled with peace, joy, and contentment. Did anybody else have anything? Nope. Then I'm going to ask Bill. Would you like to join us?
Bill Crane, 254 Gardner Hollow Road. I have two items. First of all, I thought that was a very fine report, Councilman Cavallari, and also it's very important. Currently, there are 3 proposals in front before the planning board, which involve building residencies on top of a slope. 2 cases, steep slopes, and there's water involved in all 3, where pollutants from the residencies could pour down into the to the water or come down into streams and pollute the waters. And I know that the zoning, you have a code, a steep slopes code that but it always allows a lot of leeway in there. I wondered how to get that looked at again. And then maybe there's the comprehensive plan, the new comprehensive plan would ask for some look to tighten up that further. I'm not sure why we're building on steep slopes at all, because that just is that's just runoff heaven, you know, for pollutants when you have something pouring down. And in any case, I think that's a really important issue. I want to thank the supervisor for her responsiveness to the residents of Gardner Hollow Road with respect to the development in Dover and Pauling just over our hill. The residents would like to see that road made permanently a dead end, so that we won't have people can enjoy the quiet of the rural area and take walks.
And the town attorneys looking at
Gonna
that.
go, the town attorney is looking into it. Yeah, I was gonna ask if.
Yeah, and the town engineer, yeah. It's a
They're
little
both-
complicated, but they're both
It is,
working
and
on it.
we don't, we never, we realize you have to have access to a house
Right.
in Pauling at the
So
top.
they've come up with some interesting ideas.
Have they?
We're looking at a couple options, so. We
Excellent.
had started looking way back when the logging started.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we were a little ahead of it,
Okay, so that's good to hear.
yeah.
That's good to hear.
Wait, I don't want to get you excited, it doesn't mean we can do it. He's looking to see if we could do any of these things.
Well, that's the first
so,
step, is to
yes,
look.
Right,
It may take some creativity,
right.
because
Oh, I think
it's not easy.
No, it's going to take creativity for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're on it. We're hopeful, and that's all.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Safe travels and everyone
6:37.
home. And just